Alright, this thing is done and it's amateurish. I know that, but it is pretty stable. It'll hold whatever weight I put on it camera-wise. Okay, I didn't want to have these screws like this. That one's countersunk, that one's not. But a lot of them are countersunk. If I were to take the time, I could come in here. That one's not, but that one is. I could come in here and fill over the screws. What isn't good about this, though, is the way I did this stuff. Okay, I wanted to be professional. This would have been inside here, and this would have been inside here, and then it looked a lot better instead just slapped together like it is. Other thing I should do is round the corners on it. I don't think I'm going to. The only thing I'm going to do is sand off my glue mistakes, which there are a few on here, and then put a finish on it so it can be done. It's big. It was meant to be big, okay? Because my workspace is inside there, and I don't want this to be in the way of the workspace. I want to be able to hang cameras wherever I feel like on the sides or the top. And I can hang lights across the top and other things. So this is going to work the way I want it to. It's just way bigger than I envisioned. I mean, I know the dimensions when I built it. It was 3 foot by 4 foot. So it is fairly large. It'd make a good towel drying rack. Okay. But it's assembled. I need to clean it, sand off the glue mistakes, which are numerous. You can see them right there. They're numerous because I had a hard time putting these top poles together and putting the frame together on the top. I had 2 broken screws on this thing. One of them's there. Any place where there are 2 screws, one of them broke. The wood even split a little bit. The screws broke because I'm dealing with oak, and I'm not used to dealing with oak. I'm used to dealing with pine or poplar. Pine and poplar are both fairly soft materials, and you can use brass screws in them. I tried to use brass screws in this guy, and the brass screws just torqued right off. They're not strong enough to go through this oak. And I'm using a drill bit set from Makita. I bought a long time ago. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but someone will correct me. Right here. And what it is, and I'm going to open it. I'm one-handed, so this is kind of fun to do. Alright, I bought this drill bit set years upon years ago. It says drill and countersink screw hole, reverse drill bit, and drive the screw in. And they are size 6, 8, and 10 for 6, 8, and 10 size drill bits. And this set works really, really well. I just have to watch myself when I'm countersinking. Some of the screws got a little too countersunk and some didn't. Now, every joint is glued as well as having screws in it. Okay? And there, in other words, there's glue between this board and this board, this board and this board. There's glue between them, even though they're screws. All the dowels are glued. Okay, that just gives it a little bit extra strength. Sure, it's a little wobbly. It'd be less wobbly if I put a brace across the bottom there, but I don't want to. Put another brace across the back, it'd be less wobbly. Put board across the back, it'd be less wobbly. But I want to set this in a window with sunlight coming through the back. So, yeah. This is going on my desktop upstairs. My workspace will be there. Anyhow, just got to clean it up and put a finish on it. And it's done. Again, it's not too professional looking. My main failure was these 3 boards here. Okay, that's my main failure. The others, if I had taken a little bit more time and done some work on measuring a little bit better, it would have come out pretty good looking. But to me, it's not bad as it is. All right, I'll be back when it's completely done. All right, everyone. I built a rack to hold my video cameras, and part of that rack is I need connection equipment so I can do videos like this one real easily with a good top-down view. Now, I'm using a dowel system, the 3/4 inch dowels, and I need things to clamp on the dowels. Well, I already have a couple, but I wanted something better. So I went looking on Amazon, I found this thing. It says Pluto Black 11-inch adjustable video lights, new. Okay. It's heavy, it's metal. This whole thing is metal. And it gives you this arm system here, okay, and you have this clamp, and this is all the directions I have. As far as I can tell, this screws onto this end. I'm probably way off camera, I'm not good. This screws onto this end, okay. This should screw down to tighten it, you would think. Now that loosens it. That does nothing. How do you tighten this thing? Did I just spend money for nothing? I know how to tighten that. Oh, that tightens when you tighten. That doesn't make any sense. Yep, apparently when you tighten this center rod, this tightens too, and it doesn't move. And same here. Weirdness. And this does come off. Now that's a hot shoe for certain things. I gotta figure out how this works. Because I buy this thing, I want it to clamp on my rod system here, but it doesn't look like it's going to work well. I got a video camera here to test the screw setup on. See, that screw screws in fine. Apparently this thing is not ready for what I need it to do. This whole thing just comes out. I got the clamp end just fine, but this end here, let's see if this works. Let's see if we unscrew that. I can screw my camera in. Ah, there it is. So now I can screw my camera in on this end, tighten it up. There we go. And if I loosen this, I can move the camera around, I can move the clamp around, I can move this around. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is loosen the clamp on the, well, I'm going to clamp this on, and then I'll loosen the clamp to show you what I've done. There's a wooden dowel over here for it to clamp on, just slightly off camera. Okay. And I want to be able to position the camera and adjust it and then tighten this up. So let me loosen the camera mount up here just a little so we can see what's going on. This will let me put cameras almost right on top of my work, okay, if I want, without being in my way as I'm working. It'll be just directly right above what I'm doing. I'll have to rotate the image in video editing software, but this is good. And I have a similar clamp holding this camera that you're watching from right now, but it's much, much smaller clamp. Okay. I also, if I loosen this, have one holding an LED light on here. But I think I will prefer this setup for this LED light, because this current, it's on there pretty tight. That's because it goes this way. This current LED light is, the clamp using it, holding it, is not very movable. Okay, and you see it has the same setup as this. They're designed to go into a hot shoe on a camera. And this part right here I'm not necessarily going to need. Oh, I'm off camera. This part right here I just took off, I'm not necessarily going to need. This guy was 20 bucks, which is not outrageous to me. I want to get one or two more of them so I can position cameras however I like on my workspace. And that would be very useful. It's like this one right here, I can position however I want currently by loosening a knob and tightening it. And this one works the exact same way. I can position it however I want, open the camera for recording, and when it loads, you'll be able to see what I'm recording on the screen, so I could have very close-up direct view of what I'm doing. Okay, So I like this thing. It was 20 bucks. I'm going to pick up another one really quick. I'll put a link to it in the video description. Now, they said they only had a few left, but sometimes Amazon does that, and a little bit later it comes back with, they have more of them. So I am going to post this video. I will be back later. I want another one of these, minimum, probably 2 more, so I have more flexibility in how I position cameras, and that will be good. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye. Alright, I got this video rack installed. I'm carrying the tripod around and probably shouldn't do that. But, as you can see up here, and I'm loosening some of the adjustments on my tripod so I can move things around, it's kind of big. It's on my bench fairly well, but the point being is it lights the bench up very well, especially at night. Even during the daytime you can see it. And what it's allowing me to do is, you can see it right there and you can see it right there. The dowel rods, and I'm going to walk around to the side so I can show you what I'm talking about. The dowel rods allow me to get in here and move the cameras around, okay? And these camera mounts that I'm finding on Amazon allow me to adjust the camera angles so I can adjust them almost any way I want. And with these kind of adjustments, this one's the crazy one. With these kind of adjustments, I can put the camera in any position I prefer, okay? And I'm going to replace this one with one of these. This one isn't as adjustable as these are. So I can't position this guy any way I want. It's trouble. Okay? But this is going to allow me, again, to position the cameras so I have everything in the proper viewpoint. These camera mounts, this one and this one, will work with the GoPro, and I've got 2 GoPros. So it's going to be a good setup for doing camera work for my YouTube channel. I just need to finish cleaning this room out so I have a way of getting around in here and working things. Most of what I got left is organization, to be honest with you. Okay, now one thing I'm going to do is do a check here, and let's do a zoom and see how well the lighting is working from this far out. You're just being difficult, camera. It likes to do that sometimes. The lighting is working well from this far out. I also have set this up so the sunlight comes in this way and the camera goes that way. And I'm just turning the viewfinder so I can see it. But you got some pretty bright sunlight coming in this way, and you can see I still have good lighting pretty much all around my object that I'm trying to work with. The lighting up above is aquarium lights, of all things. One of them has a remote control, and I can change the colors. I can do storm cloud effects. There's no battery in this right now, so I can't do much with it. The other light does not have a remote control. But being aquarium lighting, they're designed for plants. They're pretty bright. At night, there is no issue with how the lighting works. None. You see everything very clearly and very well. And even during the daytime, the lighting is almost as bright as what's coming through the window. So I won't have any issues with clarity in my videos. Alright, well anyhow, I feel like I'm starting to ramble. I am going to go ahead and cut this off. I am almost done with that guy right there. He's on the bench next to get finished. He just needs some decal work. There's an LED lighting kit for him that I have in his box, so he will get lit up. And he just needs stickers, to be honest with you. And I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to go ahead and make decals or just sticker him up. Some of the videos I've had up lately are the walkers. The 2 walkers are sitting back there. I mean, those videos you've seen were from a year ago. What has slowed me down, I have not had time to do the stands. The bases, well, the base work is done for them now. You can see it right there. So I will get the base work done on them and start painting them soon. So I will clear this off my bench. hopefully. I just have to get past a couple of hurdles in life, and then I can start spending time up here again. And one of my hurdles has to do with that calculator down there. Well, anyhow, hope you enjoyed. Thank you.